Oh, come on. Why didn't that open? Attendees can go back and have a chance to review any of the lessons learned today. I also wanted to thank both Darcy Waddell and David McNulty from Electude for joining us this afternoon. Thank you both.
You're
David's
welcome.
going to be taking us through the Canvas integration. So this afternoon, since it is a small group, we're not going to have you ask questions in the chat. We're going to have an open source mic here. So, but if you could just announce yourselves in the chat and identify who you are. And we have one more person joining us, and I will let them in. Great. Perfect. So Larry McLaughlin is also joining us. He is the ATL director down in Southern California for the Inland Empire. So Larry is joining us as I speak. If you have any questions, again, please go ahead, Larry. You can always just integrate your questions into the presentation. We're not going to do the chat since we have a small group. So David, take it away. Thanks again.
So, hi, my name is David McNulty. I'm here with Darcy. I'm actually not normally the trainer, so please bear with me. And if you have any questions, and Darcy's going to try to keep me on track because I am the integrations manager for Electude, and I have a lot of information, and maybe it might be too much. Maybe I might go too fast. So if anybody has any questions as they go, just let me know. I'm going to try to stick to this script that Tim, who normally does this presentation, sent to me. So the things that we are going to go over, let's see. We're going to go over how to access the instructor only area in Electude from Canvas, how to organize your Canvas modules, aka the course modules in the modules area of Canvas, how to assign Electude courses, subcourses, or modules, otherwise known as assignments. And Tim always mentions when he does this presentation that he refers, even though in Electude we call, there's the actual work that the students do, we call them modules, because Canvas has their course modules. We are going to refer to them as assignments. So anytime you hear the word assignment, we're talking about the Electude modules, the learning modules. So how to assign them, and using the deep linking tool, and how to import assignments into the assignments area. One thing that Tim probably doesn't cover that I want to make clear because of questions I've had is just remember that the students work using these the Electude external learning tools in your modules area. The assignments are only called assignments because Canvas calls them those. Calls them assignments. What they are to us is a place to send grades to. So if you set due dates and stuff, that's for informational purposes. If you have available from to, students will still be able to launch their modules. So I just wanted to mention that. Does anybody have any questions about what we're going over? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. Yeah, anybody?
Not yet.
Okay, good. So let's see what happens in this next slide, if I can get to it here. Maybe. There we go. So this is where we introduce ourselves. Tim is normally with us, but instead we've got Darcy. You can get a hold of me. This is my email address. Your admin probably knows me well. Also, there's support.usa@electude.com. That'll go straight out to Tim and any questions that he can't answer that have to do with how to use Electude, but instead how to manage your integration with Canvas. He will send those to me and I will either reach out directly to you or to your admin. Let's see what happens when I click on this again. Let's see, Canvas integration, webinar part 1, how to link the Electude instructor tool in Canvas. Okay, let's do that. Let's get over to my, right here. So in Canvas, I should have been more prepared for this and I should have hidden it first. But does everybody know how to expose things on your left-hand nav bar? I'm hoping so, but just in case, over here under settings, navigation. So that these are tabs here for your course settings, sections, navigation. This is where you can hide, expose and hide things. And you notice I've got mine very light. So your Electude app is, in your case, if it is not already exposed, will be down here and you will not be able to see one in your left-hand nav bar over here. So what you will do to expose, and remember, this left-hand nav bar, even though it looks as though it's exposed to everybody, including your students, because when you do expose it, as you can see I did here, it doesn't have a little eye on it indicating that students can't use it. But this actually is an instructor only tool. Only you can access this here. This is basically the things that you will do here when you get into Electude is you will manage your students, your group. If you have students that drop or leave for whatever reason, you can kick them out so that when you're looking at people's progress, they won't stand out like a sore thumb because they aren't getting any work done. The other thing that you're going to do in here is you're going to go to courses, and you can go through, find the courses, the things that you want to assign. But one of the neat things is we're able to build our own self-made courses here. And you can add a course and say you're going to do something on brakes.
Dave, I'm just going to ask you to pause for just a second here, just to make sure that everybody's clear on this. So when you open up a Canvas course shell for the very first time, everybody has to activate the Electude tool. And you do that by going to the settings tab and then navigation and finding the Electude tool,
Yes.
correct?
And David and Darcy, David, I think it's really important that you go over that because we do have a few people on this call that haven't activated the tool at all.
Yeah, maybe just
Okay.
review that once more, David.
So once again,
sure.
let me just go back to my home, and to activate the Electude tool in your Canvas, you will go to settings. I might have been going too fast because I did cover this, and you will find your tool down into the drag items here to hide from students. You will find it already down there where you will drag it up, which mine I already did once, you will drag it up, and one thing you have to remember is that you have to click save. And to enter it.
So settings, navigation, find Electude in the bottom menu, drag it to the top, and they can drop that in wherever, correct?
That's correct. So
it's already there by default.
No,
it's down in here by default. So what you're going to do is go into settings.
Okay, I got it.
Navigation, and then you're going to drag it up.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you got to make sure you click save. And what I've seen a lot of people do is then try to click on this and it won't do anything. What you're looking for is the one that you created over here in your left-hand nav bar. So
I don't
then
think
you
it's there by I don't think it's on Canvas by default, only if you've applied or combined the two.
Steve, that's correct. It's only there in the settings tab if your school has integrated with Canvas.
Okay.
So
in the navigation tab.
Yes. So in
Yeah,
order
you
to
don't
have that there.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
on
don't
my
see it
Canvas
there,
right
then
now
we
and I
need
don't have it just yet.
Oh, you don't have it. Which campus are you?
Well, I'm at Chabot, but we've not agreed to integrate just yet. So
Okay.
once I guess we agree to integrate, then it'll be there, and then we can move it up, and then you move it up to wherever you want the students to see it in what ranking order.
That's right. We want Electude at the very top. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. So for someone like for Guy and Richard, y'all should have that in there to be able to drag in.
Everybody got that? Let's hear yay.
Yay.
All right. So you've exposed it, and basically only two things you're going to do here is manage your group by clicking on the Students tab, and if there's somebody that has left. Otherwise, you don't have to add anybody or anything, because this integration will, when students launch the tools that you provide for them, it will enroll them into the course. And then the other thing you're going to do is manage the stuff that you're going to assign. But when the course starts, pretty much you're not going to use this tool anymore. You're going to use, for your grading purposes and for tracking your students, you're going to use the same tools that you give to them, the same links that they have in the modules area. So you would want to go to modules, and I've got all kinds of stuff in here, but we'll just start a new module and show you. But you will create a module you can create either by subject, by time. So you can see I've got like just generally Electude modules. You could do that. Of course, it creates it down in the bottom. You can always do by week 1, week 2, and you can always do by subject, like breaks.
You can just go into your existing module already and put an assignment in there, right?
Exactly.
That's correct.
Okay.
So we will just grab my Electude module and move it up to the top. And there it is. And then the way that you assign your modules or your courses or subcourses to your students is by adding. And just remember, we're not putting assignments, even though in Electude they are assignments, or the modules are referred to as assignments here. What we are going to be giving the students to launch into there is an external tool. An external tool is like a smart link. It collects information like where you're clicking, where it is found, what course you're in, who's clicking it, whether or not you're an instructor or a student. And based on that information, it will give you a different experience. So of course, students have a different experience than instructors will. And then if you're not enrolled in the course, you'll be blocked, etc. So it's single sign-on into, all they have to do is click on it. So here it is. You will look for Electude deep linking. This is an alphabetical list. If you have a whole bunch of different tools in here, you will find it under E.
Can you review that again? That kind of blew by me a little bit.
So let me get back out of here. When you're going to add a student tool, and also the tool that you will use for grading and managing and monitoring your students,
Gotcha.
you will go into the module that you want to add it to. You will choose, instead of, it defaults to assignment. Instead of assignment, you're going to choose down here at the bottom, not external URL, but external tool. And remember, because it is a tool that they will be launching to get into Electude exactly where you tell them to go. So if you give them just a single module or a single assignment, they will go into that assignment, and all they can do is do that assignment, and you'll need to give them a different link for a different module. Or you can go with courses where they can move around a little bit depending on how you want to do it. And I will go over that. So what you're looking for is Electude tool deep linking. We're going to use that, and what it will do is it will launch into that same Electude that you were at when you did when you used the direct login tool on the left-hand nav bar. But what you will find here is that you can start to build your content in Canvas. So what I'm going to do is go to content areas. Let's go to
So
engine
David,
repair.
if I understand you correctly here, you have a choice at this point. You can either deep link an individual module, a lesson, or you can do a whole course, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
So you can go to your self-made courses, or you can go to a course that was pre-made. We'll just use Electude course, the 2001.
Wait, David, can you slow down for a second? Can we start back? Let's just start with the modules tab to make this as basic, because a lot of these instructors are so, no, not stay in here, but go to the modules link. For those that were on the webinar before, when I said it was really important to know where you're going in the website to find out what you are wanting to link in. That's why it's so important here, because you can pick one single module. If you just, if you're teaching one subject like ignition system and you want to just give them one module, and you go through everything in here and you decide you want to pick just a compression ratio module, you can click that. So
What you're looking for is select as LTI tool. Some people, when they are looking through, they'll look through certain courses and they'll get all the way down to a module.
Go into AST and MAST, and then just open one of the MAST course, because most of these are colleges. So click up.
I didn't want that one, did I?
Go into, okay, that's fine. And then click on breaks. You were talking about breaks earlier.
Mhm.
And now these are all like chapters in a book. So if you click on introduction theory, the one right above that, this is a small little course, and you can grab all those modules and put it in your assignment by selecting the LTI tool.
So when would be appropriate to say you only wanted part of that? Would you
That's
delete? Would
when
you?
you would use the modules tab like Clara was describing. So if you want a singular lesson, then you're going to grab the content item from under the modules tab. If you want or you can grab it from here too. You can click on that, go ahead, movement basic, and then there's a link right there at the top.
you won't be able to click it from there.
You can, there's that movement basic, click on that link that's underlined. Nope.
Oh.
Movement module, movement bait, there you go. Click that. Give it a click. And there's your LTI tool for just that one lesson.
Could you scroll down a little bit?
Those are your learning objectives.
Okay.
And that would have to go into a self-made course, correct or no?
You wouldn't have to. You have many options here. You can
Okay.
find something in what I call the filing cabinet under modules. You can search those folders and find just one lesson you're interested in. You can search the courses, either grab a full course, or you can even pull just a single module from the course. So depending on how many clicks you make and how far you drill down till you see that select LTI tool. That's where you grab whatever content item is listed up above. In this case, if we select this, it's going to be for that little course. It'll have about 6 modules in it.
You'll always want to remember to load a new tab because a lot of our content does not fit in the iframe of Canvas. So you want it to load a new tab so
that is a must. You have to do that. Yeah.
And you'll see if a student now clicks through here, I'm going to go to student view just to look at what we see in here. Whoops, I made a mistake. I did not publish it. I forgot that one little nuance. There we go. Got to publish it so the students can see it.
So you got to click the little cross through it, make it green. Okay.
Load a new window. And you'll see that they can then now see all of these tools or all of these modules, otherwise known as assignments. What I wanted to show you also while we're at it is that if I were to do one of the things to notice there that a student gets when he launches into a course or sub-course is the student will have the ability to alter their language here. But if a student is launching directly to a module, so let's go back into modules, and this time let's add, let's leave student view and add, sorry, wrong plus sign. We're going to go to external tool. We're going to go to Electude deep linking. And if we drilled down and went into just say movement, you'll notice here I don't have a load as LTI tool. It's because I'm still in courses, but I'm looking at a module. We can simply come over here and you'll get it. Or like Darcy said, you can click on the linked text for the module and you'll get the load as LTI tool. If a student, we're going to make sure that opens in a new window by going, this outside bar here is what you need to click on to get down to load a new window. Just remember there is more than one bar that you're dealing with when you're loading these new tools. There's 3 bars total, so it's this middle bar. Anyway, I'm going to add this item and publish it. And you'll see the difference that a student gets when they are launching just a single assignment or module or Electude module is that it takes them directly in. They don't get any choices. They don't get to skip over or go to the tests or quizzes first. They go straight in and get to the actual module where they're doing their work.
And will that default to page 1, or if they've started, will it go to where they've left off?
It will pick up where they left off, and I believe that they, in the assignments or the modules that are coursework, they have multiple attempts normally, correct, Darcy?
Correct. On the lessons, every time that they click start, they have an opportunity to improve their score with practice. So for example, this is only one page, but if they answered the first 3 questions and they got half of them wrong, they can restart the question, restart the lesson, go back, answer the questions again, and improve their score by answering the questions correctly. So it, how the scoring works is kind of like a video game. With every incorrect response, it lowers the score. With every correct response, it can raise the score. But
Could you go back to the instructor view for this module?
Okay.
Okay, so what happens if you, okay, I'll wait for you to get there. Okay, so here, so let's say if you were to click on movement basic and then go to edit, what would you be able to do there, or could you edit at all?
You mean go into, I'm not sure.
you mean edit the module?
Edit
Yeah.
this module here,
Yeah,
you mean?
that's the smallest element. That's a lesson, movement basic. So there's no editing movement basic. If you're talking
Right,
about the Electude content, there's
Right, so there's no like, you can't like assign points or assign a due date,
oh
assign.
yeah, I think you can do that, can't you, David?
I will cover that. So from in here, that Electude basically leaves everything open for the students to use, and it's the way Darcy could probably talk to how Electude kind of their theory on learning. But of course, Canvas has due dates, etc. One thing to remember is that this is a learning tool that students, as long as you have it published, they can launch it. So with your due dates and available to and available from and to in the assignment that's created is for informational use only. It is not going to stop the students from accessing. They do not access through the assignments. They access from the tool. As an instructor, you can go in here and look at a few things. Like I said, you can go to students and see students that have started it, and your whole group, how they're doing with the progress, etc. But let's get into let's see. Let me read my script here. Change lesson. Oh, let's do that. Let's go change. Let's organize the modules. So what I'd like to do first is I'd like to show how to get the columns into the gradebook. And the only way to get columns in the gradebook for grades to flow to is to create assignments or gradable items, as in the technical word we call it. So the way to do that would be go into modules as an instructor before the students ever get a chance to launch. If you're going, especially if you're going to be changing scores, and you're going to launch the tool, and for each module,
You're gonna go on the student view side?
you have to go into student view in order to get these to move over into Canvas. Now remember, I did the student view for that one module that was down below the movement. And you'll notice that when I show you, I'm going to do about 4 of these. I'm going here, start module. You don't have to do anything, you just return. And then go here, start module, and return.
And what is this doing now?
This is how you import the assignments into your Canvas assignments area and therefore into the gradebook. So I've done, I'm not sure how many I've done, but we're going to go ahead and close this out now. And we'll close this tab. that was opened, and we will leave student view. And now we will go look at assignments, and we will see that those assignments, the first one I brought over was the movement one because I had launched it as a student. Now you can see that I've launched the other ones here. These came over because I launched them. The assignments that come over will always come over into the topmost group in your assignments area at the bottom. So if I did another one, if I went back into modules and I launched this one here. Oh, I'm sorry, forgot to view a student.
But so you have to publish it first for it to appear on the student side. And if you're editing it, what if you're doing several and the student decides to start doing them?
That's why I was mentioning you need to do this before your students are in the course. And you could, yeah, it's a kind of a, I wish that, I'm working towards with our engineers to getting a system where it pushes over and doesn't have to be published, so you can hide your assignments, keep your modules hidden, and go in as an instructor and say, push them out to the LMS. But that's going to be in a future release. Another thing I need to mention is that, I'm sorry?
Can't you go in under assignments and request when it's going to publish, the date it'll publish?
No, pretty much. So if you want, you can adjust scores. So say this one here, Axel load, you don't want it to be as high of a 88 points. You can go in and edit the score. You can either just edit it here, or you could go in here and make it worth 10 points.
Isn't it under that page that you're looking at that you can hide it and only publish on a certain date?
Only the assignment. Remember, we're in module. The students launch tools from the module. You can hide this assignment all day long, but the tools over in the modules area would need to be hidden. And I believe that in modules, you can go in here. And I believe not here. I think that it is the group. Lock until. And so you can completely hide this.
Right.
So until like say the first, and then students won't be able to launch.
So you can somewhat build your course weeks out and then just lock it until a certain date, and then they can see it at that point, correct?
Right. And another, you can warn your students that there are going to be modules that they aren't supposed to be on. You can name the modules, engineering or course building, do not enter, things like that. So let me unlock that, by the way. And so just as I was showing before, assignments, so you can do your grouping here. So one of the things that that you would want to do, and what I highly recommend, is that you keep that top group of assignments completely empty. The reason for that is if there's something does go wrong with your link here, with the actual one, when the student launches it, it will create a new link. And the reason you leave this group up here, and I normally call it external import or new assignments. What you do with that is that way when something has gone awry and a new assignments, and now you've got duplicate assignments in your gradebook. The thing to remember is the new one is the one that's working, and the old one is the one that somehow became unavailable for us to load the grades into. Another thing you need to remember that I need to mention is that there is an open case with Canvas currently when it comes to copying your course to next term. Problem currently, and they are working on it, is that the links to the assignments are not maintained. So if you copy this course or do a master course and copy it into your term, the assignment, this process of bringing the assignments into the assignments area needs to be redone. And I can pass you guys the case information on that I've got with Canvas. And I'm recommending that schools open up their own cases on this so that Canvas can see the importance of getting this fixed. So does anybody have any questions about importing assignments so that we can send grades to the grade book?
It's just a little bit odd because the way it's done on the student side, you know, that's typically we just do it on the assignment side, and it's you know, we date publish, points, all of that. Can you still make it worth a certain number of points, or how do you weight it?
That's
or?
what one of the things I was showing you is I took that 80-point quiz, or that I was about to. We would go in here, we would edit. You can do whatever you want with the points. It's a function of Canvas. Canvas will take care of it. What you need to remember though is that you need to do it before the student. If you do end up with a student and doing an assignment before you normalize the score, you will find that the student, like say if that this student here did get 88 points, you would go to, after you change it to 10 points, you would see that the student has 88 points out of 10. And the way to correct that is to go in and remove their attempt and resurface it. And I can show you how to do that in a minute. So another thing that you will find that is nice.
Just a quick pause, David. So it's just really important that, you know, if you want to, once you add your modules in, before you publish it for them to look at it, change the points, do everything you want to do before.
Well, you can't, because you got to do it on the student side.
You can do it right away, like, because your students, you know, if you're doing it at night before the next course, if you're doing it right after, I mean, the chances of a student actually being able to log in and start working on it right away is very slim to none. So you can click.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe David, can you maybe just for the heck of it, assign something brand new and then immediately change the points? Can you go through that just really quick? Like
Yes.
Go grab a module, assign it, and then change the points.
Okay.
So we're creating a new assignment.
Going down to external tool, choosing Electude Tool deep linking.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go into courses. We're already in this break theory. Let's actually do another. Let's go back a little bit further. Let's do some engine repair.
Can you make that box bigger so they can see it?
There we go.
And let's do, I guess I'm in.
You're still in a course. You got to keep drilling down. Now click on a module.
Piston engine quiz.
There you go.
We're going to go into modules where we, oops.
No, you got to click. If you're searching that way, you have to click on the red link. There you go.
Now I've added the item, or I'm in the process of it. I'm going to make sure it opens up in a new window, load a new tab, add item. I have to publish it. I have to view as student. I'm going to launch piston engine quiz into a new window. I'm going to return back to the course. I'm going to stop viewing, leave student view. If I want to, I can unpublish it so students do not launch it. I'm going to go to assignments. I'm going to go to piston quiz.
So the key is you have to launch it from the teacher view before you can do this part, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
From the student view.
Okay.
So I'm going to move it into the group.
I didn't catch that part where you could unpublish it again. So that helps.
Yeah, that will help. That'll keep students from messing around.
I'm going to edit it. I can set my due dates. Due, let's say March 5th. I'm going to make this one into, let's save that real quick, and let's make it into a complete incomplete.
So
You
in
can
other words,
go-
it wouldn't, they'd get 10 points for just completing it.
or you can remove, or you can not count it towards your final grade if you want, either way. But go ahead and save that. And now let's go ahead.
And the issue that you're trying to address with Canvas, if I'm not mistaken, is the need to have to go in as a student and view it. That's the part that's a little bit of an extra step, correct?
I'm trying to work that out with our engineers on that one.
Okay.
And the Canvas issue is that one of the things about doing this is that once it's done, you should be able to copy it in the next term and you won't have to do that again. All of the assignments come over, all of the modules come over, everything's good. All you have to do is change your due dates. But right now, Canvas has an issue with course copy that they are not retaining the connection between the Lti tool and the assignment. I am working on that. I can pass anybody that wants to know what the language is on that. I can show them. I can send you a video of how it happens and the cases that are open with Canvas. What I'd like to do is show you that as we are adding these items into this group, you'll notice that I've got the is that my feedback? My goodness. I am going to ask that everybody mute because I think I'm getting feedback on somebody's computer. If you can mute your microphone, that'd be great. So that's much better. Thank you so much. So these come through. If I go in as a student, let's go back to, let's go as a student. Let's be Darcy's student. So this is an actual real student that I'm impersonating. I can go to my modules and let's say that I do my brakes theory. I don't know if this is let's just do a quiz. We know the movement quiz. Get at least 1 point so I can show points coming over. Otherwise, I'm just going to guess. You see that we exit quiz now. And now if we go leave here, we can go in and we could have gone in and done another quiz or assignment. We can refresh this as a student. And I think that I would see grades. Sorry, let's stop acting as user. Let's go to grades. And you can see that student got the grade. And I believe that was one of the ones I normalized. So it calculated the grades accordingly and gave me 5 points for my one good answer. Let's see what I'm going to go back to my script. Grade task sheets in Canvas. Oh, let's do a task. Let's do that. Sorry about that. Let's assign a task. Darcy, can you guide me to a good task? Uh-oh, I can't hear you guys. Can you guys hear me? Darcy, I think you're muted
A
too.
task as in like a lab sheet or something, or?
Yeah, so you'll have to create a new assignment or a new module, yeah.
Going to Electude Tool deep linking. It opens up in here. Let's do a module. So where should I go, Darcy, to grab a good module?
You can go back to engine repair, just use the breadcrumbs there. And then, oh, you're under modules, okay. I would probably find the task under courses. They're just a little easier found there, and go to AST and MAST. Yeah. And then there you see you got tasks, lubrication and cooling, for example. There you go. Here's general tasks.
Is this more than one, or is
That
this
would be
just one
that would be
task?
more than one. If you want to select just one of those and just click the link, there you go, and then select there you go.
And slide down, make sure it loads in the new tab. I can't say that enough. We've got the task right here. I'm going to publish it. We're going to republish that one too. We will now, let's go back and become Darcy and do a quick, oops, sorry, people is what I wanted, not that. It launches a new window for the student. We've got the task. We just, the student would then just put some information in here. Move on to the next item, put some more information in here, and maybe write a story. Moving on. And then I think that I can skip.
Yeah.
And finish task. When I finish task, as an instructor, you're going to see, so I'm going to stop being Darcy's student, and I'm going to go to grades. And for tasks, if they're complete, you'll see this item here. I believe that it's a different one that you will see when things are in progress. I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll get another one in progress real quick. Let's do that.
Go ahead, and then you can just grade it on Speed Grader, right? And it'll pop up.
No, what I'm going to show you how to grade that in Speed Grader in a moment. Let me just go through and start an unfinished, don't finish a project. People, let's see, Darcy. Bear with me here. We'll start piston engine quiz. I probably should have done just a regular assignment. Anyway, we'll just leave. Close that. Going back into grades as the instructor. Yeah, it's actually the same icon. So if it's a regular assignment, the icon will indicate that this icon indicates that somebody has started but has not completed the assignment. This one here, because that's another case I need to open with Canvas, is that they are not recognizing needs grade as a separate thing. But what, as an instructor, you will do with the tasks to grade the tasks is you will go just like the student did to the modules. You will enter into the task as an instructor. You click on students. Find your task. You can see that this dark gray means that it needs to be graded. The rest of them haven't started. If they were partial, it would just show a partial gray, but the ones that are fully dark gray, you can click into. Sorry, I think I made a mistake there. Let me go back to the other one. Let's make sure we click on there we go. Speed grader. You can see the student that has finished it here. Click on Darcy. We can review the module, see his work, and so forth. We can exit out of there. We're back here. We can then
Click the pencil to
hit the pencil to grade it. That's right. Sorry. And score. We can choose what we think. We're going to give me 95 because I worked so hard on it.
Okay. There you go.
And now you can see that my progress has changed. We're going to go ahead and close here, and we will go back to grades. And we'll see Darcy student. has done that. That's 17 out of 18. Now let's go back to the basic movement that I was talking to you guys about, changing grades. If we go into, let me see, what was it? I thought I could change it here, set default grade, maybe not.
You can change it to
Go-
speed grader. You can put in whatever you want right there.
Can we change the out of though? How many
No.
points it's worth? Yeah. So let's go back to the assignment. And what I wanted to point out was how you would manage a situation where people's grades are incorrect. Say that, I'm sorry, we need to be in assignments. And I also recommend that the assignments are hidden. So that was, oh my goodness, I forgot which one it was already. Grades, it was movement basic assignments. Let's say we wanted to do that 100 points. And we go back to grades and we'll see that it didn't correct anything for that one that completed it. Now he's only got 5 out of 100. He was failing anyway, but we still should give him the proper score. So the way you would do that is also through the same tool the students would go through. As an instructor, you go in and you have the opportunity to then go to students, find the, let's see, why did I launch the wrong one? Hold on here, let me make sure I launched the right one there. Modules, movement basic. Should take me right to that assignment. There's movement. There we go. We're going to go to students. Oh, it took me back to that one. Just click into the course, find movement basic. There it is. Click on it. We can see that Darcy, where is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the actual assignment, not the quiz. I think. Come on. Maybe not. I apologize. I made a mistake here. I'm not sure why that's not picking up. Oh, there it is. I apologize. Yep. There. There's the Darcy student. I apologize. I was going for the wrong one. You find that you can remove the points here. Delete his points. I hope I'm doing the right one. Go back into that same Darcy student and restore the points. What the first thing you did was sent a signal to Canvas to remove and then to put it back in with the calculation. You'll see I now have 50 points. So yeah, sorry about the little mix up on the movement quiz as opposed to movement assignment. But now let's look at the next, how to grade task sheets. I did that. Okay, this is talking about asking questions, and that's pretty much it for the presentation for the script. Does anybody, let's see, I'm sorry. Does anybody have any questions on how to add the links into Canvas.
Yeah, let's just open it up to any question at all. So if you're struggling with something that you've seen and you want David to go over it again, just real quick, we'll just open it up to questions at this point. Whether that's about assigning content, about grading, whatever questions you have.
So one question I have is you must bring in assignments through a module as opposed to just having them available as assignments?
That's correct.
Okay.
With LTI 1.1, there was a way that you could push assignments over, and the LTI was actually in the assignment. The students would go to modules and you would actually assign an assignment. LTI 1.3 is not there yet. They are still working out the security and the way that what options are going to be available. 1.3 is still kind of in its infancy stage. That's a little backroom talk on how, I know that there are other LTIs out there that are much more robust. I've been doing this for almost 9 years now. I worked for McGraw-Hill. I managed their LTI situation, and we did it all. But this one with the newer, secure LTI that they have now just doesn't have the capabilities that we, over the 8 years I worked doing the LTI 1.1, now has.
Gotcha.
And just so you know, the reason Elective went with the 1.3 is if we're going to develop an LTI tool, we didn't want to go with an older version that's going to be antiquated in just a few months or a year. So we went with the newest version. And obviously, whenever you go with something new, there's always challenges. So
Sure. Okay.
Does anybody have any other questions regarding grading, or let's see,
Yeah.
I did one of those complete, incomplete. I can't remember which one now, so.
Did you say that once you set up your Canvas, that you won't be able to transfer over to the next semester?
Yeah, that's the thing. When I first started here, I with people, well, the reprieve is that with all of this work that you have to do that is kind of counterintuitive, is that you can just copy your course into next term. But the fact is that we can't with Canvas. With other LMSs, you can. With Canvas, there is a problem with the way that they hang on to the assignment links. The assignments are not holding on to that information that was given to them so that we could recognize them on the back end. And they have taken ownership of the issue. They have said, yes, this is a Canvas issue, and we are sending it to the engineers. There are 2 things that they're working on. I can actually.
And if nobody has any further questions, I think we'll call it a day. But if any of the faculty has additional questions or need additional support, please don't hesitate to get in touch with either myself or Larry down the south. And of course, Electude is always very, very generous with their time. Darcy, thank you so much. David, Clara, thank you so much for your time and support.
And
you are most welcome. Yep.
and
And
thank
All right,
you
thank you so much.
for all the
uploading the recording and sending out the link to everyone so that you can always go back and take another look to refresh memory on today's training.
thank you
Everyone,
for that,
thank you
Pam,
so
for
much.
all the support, for taking registrations and handling everything.
Oh,
Appreciate
my
that.
pleasure.
And
Seeing everybody on a Friday afternoon.
I just wanted to echo what Pam said. If people need individualized help, contact us. We'll be happy to get something arranged with Darcy and Clara.
Thanks, everyone, and please have a great weekend. Be
All right.
safe.
You too. Bye.
All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oopsies. 1, 2.